Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Chris Loves Comics. It's Thursday. I hope you guys had a good day for a new comic book day. I am sorry for the late video. It's I've been very I've been very busy. A lot of good things have been happening. As mentioned before, I started a new position that's going very well. Knock on wood. I've been there for a little bit over a month. I'm doing very well there. So. And also part of this video will to be going over the channel update to go over my schedule because I have sort of an odd schedule. So the reason I'm able to do the video today is because this week I have Wednesday and Thursday off, but then the following week I'm going to have Monday, Tuesday off, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. So it's sort of like a 2 days on, 2 days off sort of thing. So that's going to be the schedule from going on. But I also want to say thank you very much for everyone who's stuck around with me. I know it's been a little bit of an absence, but that's going to change. I've been in a good frame of mind. There's been some things that have happened, but you know, with the help of the community and the help of my good friends in my comic book group, things are going well. I'm very happy. But with that out of the way, I'll go over the haul. If you haven't read your books, it's only 2 books I have this haul. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to mention too. So, with everything, I feel like everything's just going up in price. You know, cost of living, fun. Everything's just going up in price. I think I was at one point like 40 books a month or something like that. But which in the grand scheme of things isn't really that big. But I feel like I've been forgetting a lot of the stories. So I've been more focusing on characters that I love the most and books that I think are the most important to me. So I'm just down to 12 books. I have like all the Superman titles, New Bern, which I'll be going over today. I'm glad that's back. The Superman titles, New Bern, Void Rivals. Very excited for the Energon universe. I know Transformers is going to be coming out in October by Daniel Warren Johnson and the art by Mike Spicer. That's definitely going to be one to watch out for. Also, G.I. Joe is going to come out towards the end of the year, and I think Cobra Commander is actually going to have his own miniseries. Also, Savage Sword of Conan. I'm a big Conan the Barbarian fan. It's going to be written by Jim Zub. Now, if you haven't read Jim Zub's Marvel run, I highly recommend it, especially if you're a Conan fan. It's really well done. And Conan the Barbarian from Titan Comics is going to be out next week, August 2nd. I highly recommend everyone getting that because I'm definitely going to get it. It's going to be a big book. I can definitely tell. Also, Animal Castle. That's a book I read from my pull list. It's very well done. If you've read 1984 by George Orwell, this book is definitely Orwellian. It's very well done. It's pretty dark. You think you're reading a Disney book, but it's not. Also, I'm trying to think of the other books. Oh, Red Sonja. Red Sonja is another book that I read. And let's think. I'm sure I'm missing a few. But yeah, like I said, I have like 12 books, something manageable. But with that out of the way, I'm going to go over this week's haul. Again, it was only 2 books. New Bern, number 9 by Chip Zdarsky and Jacob Phillips. Jacob Phillips is also the artist for That Texas Blood. He's also coming out with a series. It's an offshoot of That Texas Blood, The Enfield Gang Massacre. It's going to be a Western. I'm pretty excited about that. It's kind of a noirish Western feel, but Easton, a little bit of backstory. If you haven't read your books, there will be spoilers, so just, you know, what I'm giving you this time to sort of turn away. But the background story of New Bern, this gentleman right here, he is a private investigator and / lawyer. He works for both the police and the mafia, so that kind of leads to some interesting situations. There's a rule, because it's based out of Chicago, and there's a rule, New Bern can't be touched, but he's starting to piss off the mafia, and they're just waiting for him to make a mistake. There's a murder that happens, New Bern has to investigate, and it seems like both sides, the cops and the mafia, are involved, and it's a very good noir story. A little bit of Jacob Phillips' art. There's New Bern over there. He's a very interesting character. I highly recommend, especially if you like Ed Brubaker. Chip Zdarsky is writing very much in the vein of Ed Brubaker. This is very well done. And the next book, as I told you, I'm a big Superman fan. I am sad for a couple things. One, this is only going to be a 3-issue miniseries, or 4-issue, I'm not really sure. It's going to be short. Two, I don't like the format of the big Black Label books, but Superman, The Last Days of Lex Luthor by Mark Waid and illustrated by Brian Hitch. Man, A-plus book. Like this... Mark Waid, I feel... I'm going to go off on a little bit of a side tangent before I talk about the book. Mark Waid, I feel there's nothing he can't do. He's currently writing right now World's Finest, which is by far the best, and not just because I'm partial to DC, it's by far the best book that's out there on the market right now. I would say World's Finest and Animal Castle, those are my two favorite books that are currently on my pull list, and if you haven't read Animal Castle, highly recommend it. But like he's writing Shazam, and not many people know about Shazam, and he makes him interesting. Like Mark Waid just has a vast knowledge of the characters that he writes, and he shows it into his books. And I think he also adds his own flair and his own spin on it, which I think is what makes him very enjoyable across a lot of people. A lot of people just, uniformly just enjoy Mark Waid. And Superman, The Last Days of Luthor, so Lex Luthor has a virus, and it is terminal. And Superman goes through many different, let's say, experiments on how to relieve Lex of his ailment. But Lex, being Lex, will continue to berate and trick the Blue Boy Scout because he is the smartest person. But please, like, I know it's a hefty tag, $7, but like if you like Mark Waid and if you love Superman, A-plus book. Both that and Newburn, both A-plus. But even though those were my only two books, and that's another reason why I'm enjoying. I can take my time with my books. I feel, since I have a smaller pull list and I can just really absorb a lot of stuff, and it makes rereads easy because you only have a few books. But next week I'm gonna have a pretty nice haul. I'm gonna have Fire and Ice by Bill Willingham. That's gonna be a new series by Dynamite. That's Bill Willingham is writing Fables, but he's been taking a lot of breaks here and there for finishing up that. Also is going to be Conan the Barbarian, written by Jim Zub. Very excited for that one. And I think there's another book that I'm getting. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think. It's escaping me at the moment, but those two are the big books that I'm going to be getting. But I'll go over that probably next Saturday, since Wednesday and Thursday I'll be working. I work 12-hour days, so I get out at 6:30 p.m. and my comic book store closes at 8 o'clock on New Comic Book Day, so hopefully I can rush right in and get my books. But that's it. Thank you again, everyone, for sticking around with me. Again, once we reach 300, we'll be doing that comic book giveaway. We're a ways away. We're only at 203, but I'll be doing something very special once we reach 300. But again, thank you so much for sticking around, and I'll see you next week. Enjoy your books and have a safe and healthy week. All right? Take care.